It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. And it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Coming up, we've got a good one here in the AFC, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by my partner, Charles Davis. Charles, these Browns, no other way to say it, they took a step back last year. What do you think that they need to do to get back to the playoffs while competing in a tough AFC North?
They need to get back to the identity that their head coach established a couple seasons ago. A hard running game, consistent play from their quarterback, and then they have new management on the defensive side of the ball. They'll try and get after you in the pass rush.
Meanwhile, the Titans last year, they were one of those strange statistical anomalies, CD. When you look at their defense, they were the best in football, #1 overall against the run, but worst in the league, number 32 against the pass.
And part of the reason they were #1 against the run, the struggles they had slowing people down through the air, so people threw it and threw it and threw it and had great success. And a team that should have been in the playoffs last year somehow managed to miss it.
The NFL's second leading rusher in 2022. Here's Derrick Henry.
That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Off play action, Tannehill.
And this one's going to sail on him a bit, and it's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
On third down, Henry.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
In motion is Westbrook-Ikhine. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Henry.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Tannehill.
To the right side and incomplete.
The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Folk's kick is good.
And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They will start this drive with 4. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to throw, Watson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. 23 yards to pick up there. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 3-0 after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Hunt. Is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw is on target to Burks.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. To throw is Tannehill.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And Henry going to have a Titans 1st down as he'll get this down to the 41.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Again, it's Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or just shy of the 30.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Tannehill. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Nick Westbrook-Ikhine
From 19 yards away.
And the Titans are able to move back in front.
Full connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Tennessee score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On second down, here's Watson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead,
touchdown, Browns!
Deshaun Watson on target to David Njoku. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. the Browns were given a solid performance in that first half from their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Ford. Taking it right down Broadway.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford.
75 yards.
And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down, Tennessee.
Henry running right.
He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
69 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it's a lot easier.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at about the 14.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
23 yards on the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
forward. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On 1st and 10, Watson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Now receiver in motion left. Now Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 18 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to...
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 24 yards. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And pass complete to Moore. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Throwing again is Tannehill. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
Now it's Tannehill. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Yeah, he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
To throw is Watson.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4.
Now Tannehill.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Tannehill now to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins.
Here we go.
2nd and 6.
To the air again, Tannehill. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Tannehill. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Watson, change of the play.
Again, they turn to 4. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
That tackle by Jeffrey
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close the